Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button. Get that bell notification on too so you don't miss out on a video. Last time we were here, we built up a metro line. It tunneled, it bridged. It was pretty awesome. In today's episode, we are going to be expanding the suburbs of where that metro line went to. So yes, that metro line kind of connected the new suburbs with Midtown and the first town we built in the series. That's not going to be the last episode where we expand the metro, but that was probably the last major line through the downtown core that we'll be building. So yeah, today's going to be a pretty casual episode. We're going to be expanding the suburbs, and I hope you had a good holiday season and getting ready for New Year's Eve. If you're watching this the day of, it is December 30th. Join me on the Discord tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern for a little fun review of some old cities that myself and Joy Build Cities have built in the past, and we're going to kind of review them on the Discord. So let's hop out and take a look at this awesome bridge we built last episode. Yes, this bridge. No, not the road bridge. Yes, the metro bridge underneath it, and I really like this. Reminds me of a couple of bridges that I've seen in my days. But we are going to be building out over here in the suburbs, over on this side. So we have a ton of residential demand. We should really eat up into this, and then as our residential demand decreases, our commercial and industry demand will grow, and then it will allow us to build up this downtown kind of the suburbs, and then we'll move on to this side of the suburbs, this kind of main junction between Hanover and Waltham. Waltham is going to be a pretty unique little build here, so I'm trying to just get ourselves ready for it, eat up a lot of the residential demand, get a lot of jobs out this way, and then we can build up this downtown in the new year. So yeah, that metro line that I was talking about, the reason why it's so important is because it goes from where our future little mini downtown is going to be through the suburbs, where it connects over into here at Applegate Park, and then it connects up with these two suburban stations, and then one goes all the way to the university, which is convenient, and then this one goes underneath the bridge here to Bellevue, and then into Midtown. So, you know, lots of lines kind of converging at this little area here, which is pretty convenient, and some definitely, you know, a good place for jobs and commercial centers. So that's what we'll be doing over here, but we're going to be focusing today's episode over on this side. So we have some residential that we can build up into the hill here. I'm not going to go too far up the mountain because, you know, I don't think we build too far up the mountain. But, you know, in some circumstances, there would be like a road winding up and there'd be houses along the side, for example. But we'll be focusing kind of where the light green is all the way. Probably connect up over in here. And then I also want to build up on this side and then maybe establish this park right in this forest here. But I think the town limits are going to end right about where we have our metro service station right over here. And we'll kind of just use this as a bit of a demarcation zone for kind of the limits of today's build. So yeah, pretty casual. Let's start off with kind of looking at what we did over here in Hanover Heights. So last episode I had the metro and bus hub right here on this side, and I was looking at some of your comments, and I agree. I think we should just push it back one block, and that's what we did. And now the metro has a less crazy curve than it did, a bit more realistic of a curve as well. So that's good, and I had a mini bus run through here just for the sake of having the buses kind of move through the map. We'll upgrade it as we get going today. So as you can see, we have a ton of residential demand right over here. So let's get going on that. Off camera, I think I built out some of this a little bit. So this will be kind of like the limit of where the suburbs are going to be before we get into the park. So let's kind of continue that, and we'll kind of curve it up into here. We'll kind of use these trees as a bit of a demarcation for where the park is going to be. So let's just continue this one straight. Ground level. Make sure our guidelines are on. That's always helpful. All right, and we'll bring it out to about here. And then why don't we just build up the grid as we go along, just so we don't mess anything up or anything like that. So let's clear the trees out of here. Yeah, that's good. Maybe Just a bit of a cleanup along the edges here. Okay, very cool. So, definitely want this road to connect through. So let's just continue that along to about here. And let's see if we're gonna have a perfect grid. We will not have a perfect grid, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to kind of note where that is on my screen here. So that's roughly where that road would connect. Then I'm just going to remove that. And then I'm gonna bring this one right across. And then we'll connect it in from here. And what we've done is we've just kind of maintained the grid through this kind of section. And we'll bring these ones up. And this one as well. Probably not. We'll bring this one to about halfway. Just like that. And then we can connect these ones up. And yeah, pretty cool. I think maybe we can get a pedestrian path through here. And then that would also kind of help with the grid. But there's definitely no need for a road connection to go through there. It's just not exactly necessary, in my opinion. Okay, so let's grab this node. And let's just move it over to about here. And then hopefully the grid is a little bit straighter. That's pretty good. It's close enough. We could try and make sure it's perfect by kind of redoing some of these. There we go. Nice clean grid. And then now we need to figure out how we're going to connect up here. So we have two kind of streets that we can connect to pretty easily. Even three, we could connect to this one, which wouldn't be the worst idea in the world because that is kind of where the metro is gonna go to. But I think this one is part of the pre-established grid for looking at the city as a whole. So why don't we come off of this one here or this one? Let's do this one so it's a bit closer to the metro. So I'm just gonna bring it out on the same angle roughly where we're gonna go. And then we'll just do we'll simply just kind of work up to about this point. So again, I really want this road to connect to this one. So I think this is where we're going to have where the road kind of starts to curve this way is right after this intersection here. All right, so we'll bring these ones forward. And then we need to go to about here. This is where that next node would be, I believe. Seems that way. Well, I guess it would be right about here. Okay, good enough. Right in this little zone right here, we're definitely going to need to add more lanes. So pretty simply enough, I'm just going to add in a 4-lane road piece right here. This will give us some dedicated turning lanes. And we can always do that as well, just by doing that. Okay, so pretty important little zone we got going on through here. And then now let's just continue it through here. Okay, very cool. All right, now that we've kind of gotten to this node, now we can kind of go just pretty much on a nearly 45-degree angle. You know, it's 48.7 degrees. We could also curve it a little bit. So why don't we try that out first with the nice curved road, and we'll go at about a 70-degree angle. Yeah, so here we are. We'll try to get to 70 again. 71, 69.3. Let's go on a bit of a sharper angle. 60 degrees, perfect. I'll have a nice simple curve in. And this will kind of break the grid that we've got established, and that's okay. It's always good to do. And then we can try and connect the current grid system to this. So we'll bring this one straight through here. And then right about here, I will try to connect it. There we go. Bring this one across as well. All right, so there we have it. Pretty neat little grid here. It works out pretty great, actually. I enjoy how this kind of looks with the background of what's going to be a park through here. That is pretty nice. So now we can look at our services. And let's start with healthcare. We'll just take a quick peek at it. So open up healthcare. And yeah, pretty good. We're pretty green through here. We have 2 clinics, I think it is. It's a sauna and a clinic. So why don't we add in one more, and we'll add this one in over here so we get a bit more coverage over on this side of things. Though I can definitely see us just getting one in over here and kind of that working the same way. So why don't we actually avoid adding in more healthcare, but I can see us getting some more, death care, for example, out this way. So we have pretty good death care coverage, to be honest. We have a church and we have a crematorium. So again, we might just need one over on this side of the tracks because it's not exactly the easiest way to get around. So maybe we're good there. Childcare. Oh wow, look at this. We already have childcare and elder care over here. We could get some more elder care out this way, particularly over on this side of things. But why don't we get one over in the hills or something like that? Hopefully I remember. But we could go childcare again, though I think the coverage is pretty decent. Yeah. All right. But let's maybe think about getting one of these. We already have the sauna. Holy cow. Okay, well, let's just move along then. Fire, we're already good. Police, we're already good. Bank, though, we don't have a bank. This is something new, right? So let's get a bank in here and let's find kind of what is kind of like the downtown commercial center of this area. And that's right in here. So I think maybe we get the bank in right alongside of the old, the new metro area. So why don't we get this right here? We'll plop it down and then I will just delete these buildings and we'll just kind of let them come back up and we'll see how that looks. But I definitely like the look of this bank in this area here. It definitely looks really nice. Definitely one of my new favorite assets. The small bank. It's pretty cool. All right, so, and we were good on police. Was that what the conclusion was? Yeah, we're pretty good on police anyways. All right, so education. This is definitely gonna be one that we're gonna need to work on because we have one elementary school. Definitely need a second. Let's just click it. Yeah, we're pretty much maxed out anyways. So before we even get going on zoning, let's definitely get another elementary school in. And we'll push it this way as far as we can. So we can go right here. That's cool with me. And why don't we place it off of the road right here? So it's not on this main road. Instead, it's on the secondary street here, Pearl Street. And then we'll just fence off the whole area. Now, as we're doing this, I just want to mention a few things about the upcoming plans for the channel, because we're about to go into a new year. And what I've found in the last few months that works best for me is 2 episodes a week. This isn't my full-time job, unfortunately. So I do have a job that's starting to become a bit more demanding with my time. And that's why I haven't been able to maintain the classic 3 episode a week system that I had in place for the previous 2 years. So yeah, we're gonna be just rolling with 2 episodes a week, Monday, Friday. But then if I have time, I will release a bonus video on Wednesday. So instead of, having to disappoint you with only a 2 episode week, now whenever it's a 3 episode week, it'll be a good thing. It'll be exciting because it's a bonus episode. So I hope that is okay with you all. And there's still going to be Skylines 6 in the new year. And on top of that, as well, there'll be some other fun, exciting things coming on the channel, including a new series in the new year as well. I'm actually starting up the round 4 of Skylines 6 on January 8th. And that'll be my first episode in the new year. Yes, I'm taking next week off. Just, job, New Year's, kind of ran out of time for everything. So, yeah. Let's add in a few things in here. How about some nice rocks? I think that'll be a unique little feature for this area. I'm sure the kids would love climbing on that. All right. So there we have it, a little elementary school, really simple. It's already got a playground with this asset, so that's fantastic. And then the high school, let's check out what the high school demand is. I'd rather not do another high school, but we might have to. We'll definitely get another high school over here. So maybe we just don't do another high school in Hanover Heights, because this is the limit. And then we do 2 high schools in Waltham or something. I think that could work out. All right, so let's check out post office. Where is that? That's an industry. You know, years of playing this game and I still don't know where things are. Okay, we have no post office over here. And why don't we add this one to the bank area? We could put this along the main street here. Yeah, well, let's plop it down right here. Okay, very cool. And then we'll just delete this building. And we'll also delete this one. And then hopefully that'll be able to regrow. Yep. Let's remove that. So we have a nice, bit of a smaller building going in right beside it. And then we have this neat little intersection here with the post office and the bank. Yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna upgrade this street here so that there's no parking on it and we need more lanes on it. So I'm just going to do that by upgrading it to a small 4-lane road. We'll do the same thing for this one here. And any other sections that need to be 4-lane roads, we'll do this one. Already got this one in place. This one we can keep quieter, and then how about this one? We'll upgrade as well. And I think everywhere else we're probably good. All right, so now we're in parks. I definitely want to add in a few parks here. So why don't we look at some of the new promenades and plazas parks, because they could be fun to add in. Though this is the suburbs, this is more like a city kind of park, right? So how about we go with just some classic ones? And I mean, we're going to have a ton of parks nearby, but it doesn't hurt to get another playground in or something like that, right? Yeah, let's go with this one. It takes up most of the block here. So why don't we plop this one down right here? And then we just call it a day pretty much. I'll fence off the back side of it because then it'll look a little bit neater and like it's meant to be this way. And then we'll leave where that path connects open. Just like that. And then I'll do the same thing right here alongside. But I'm not going to fence off the front of it. I think it's nice to keep that part open. Okay, so that'll definitely raise the land value up through here. And yeah, anything else? Do we have a taxi? We already have a taxi depot over here, I believe, so we're good there. Unique buildings. Let's check this out. So let's see, any small time things we could add in. Let's see. You know what? We're good. I think this is going to be a pretty casual suburb. We already kind of have some nice things through here, and then a lot of those buildings that could have been placed in, like some of the plazas, I think it'll just go better along in what's going to be kind of the built-up area between the two suburbs with competing grids. So I think that'll be pretty fun to do all around in here, and you know, really challenging with this major kind of triangle right through here. It's going to be pretty interesting. What the heck's going on right here? All right. Yeah, it can be pretty interesting about what's going to happen through there. But let's zone up through here now. So let's first focus on any commercial or industrial activity that needs to be through here. And I think maybe we just get a little small commercial building right there. Nothing important. I don't think anything should go there, but why don't we put one right here? And then what's going on over on this side? This is a bit closer to the metro station. So there could be like a diner or something right here. Yeah, I can do that. Maybe right through here as well. No, nothing right there. And then why don't we get commercial activity right through here? We can just make this whole block commercial. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And then we'll focus on some residential, but how about just a touch of commercial right here as well? All right, and now the most of this is going to be residential. So now that we're doing residential, let's talk about pedestrian pathways. So pedestrian pathways are, you know, really important for residential zones because there's nothing worse than having to walk like 3 blocks just to cross. Like if we were here, we wanted to go over here. It's a long way, but you know, if we had a path right through here, which we're not going to do, this is just an example. You know, it's really easy. And also right here, if we're wanting to go just continue straight, we then need to walk down to this intersection and then over. So why not just have a pedestrian path? Bring this one over. They create little mini parks as well, which is nice. I also like using them as continuations of streets. So let's with this one, let's go with this path, and whoops, bring this one out to about here, and then we'll bring this one over like that, and then at that same node, bring this one right over, and then we've kind of created a bit of a business park right through here. We can come back and detail this up afterwards, but definitely some low density residential. And we don't need to place them everywhere. If we were to place a house right here, things might look a little bit unplanned and lopsided, so that's okay. We'll just do that. And then some larger homes through here, always leaving a space between the commercial and residential. So, you know, it's not mandatory or anything, but I find that it creates a good separation between the two zoning. Place a fence behind it or something like that. Oh, these buildings are perfect for the style. All right, so focusing on the road through here, we'll just do the same thing right through here, but then let's place zoning right through here, and then we'll look at pedestrian paths through this little side, or this little area here. So let's do a nice little curve. Whoops. Okay, well, a nice simple curve, and there we have it. And then we can also do another path. We'll do this one. We'll turn off node snapping. And then we'll just go right from here to here. Whoops, I wanted it to just be a simple little concrete path like that. Okay, very good. All right, and then I actually want to turn most of this into commercial as well. Kind of looking at it right now, kind of seems like it would be a little bit of a commercial zone. And then same thing with this. I almost want to go with a light industry through here. Do we have any industry policies on this or anything like that? Because if we could add like forestry industry through here, I think like a little warehouse could look pretty unique right in here. Oh, we have some industry already, don't we? No, we don't. Okay, yeah, let's do forestry. We'll put forestry right through here, and then that will allow us to get a few warehouse type looking buildings. So let's go into find it, and we'll take a look. So we'll go into forestry industry, and I think we had the zoning of 3x4 through here. You can go a little bit farther than that though, but 3 deep was the farthest we could go. And yeah, these little warehouse buildings look pretty cool. Let's place that one down, and then we need a smaller one. All right, very cool. So just a little small lumber yard, pretty neat, and I like that. I think it's maybe like a legacy building that's somehow managed to hang on through the development of this area. So yeah, I like it. And then now we can add in residential. So, you know, I don't mind placing residential right beside industrial, especially when it's like forestry or farming industry, because it's kind of realistic if you think about it. Oh, we lost it again. Ah, whatever. Oh no, we lost that one too. Okay, well, we'll see what comes up, but if it stays, it stays. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But anyways, having light industry beside residential is a pretty realistic thing for the model of our city, Canadian themed cities. You know, I grew up in a town that there was light industry right beside residential, and never seemed strange to me. Just, you know, the way towns grow. Okay, I think we're probably good with water. All right, so tons of residential zoning to just kind of fill up. This is the suburbs, so this is why it's kind of okay to do. Now, I did say we were thinking about getting some more death care through here, so why don't we look at just adding a cemetery in one of these blocks? It'll also help kind of break things up a little bit. Okay, there we go. It's really simple little placement. And then let's finish the rest of it off. Okay, well, we'll see what comes up with that industry zone. And we have the demand for it. A little interesting that it's not staying, but it is a pretty awkward spot for it. We're trying to force, I was just trying to force it into being there. So if it doesn't want to be there, that's okay. All right, so now that we've kind of finished this off, let's look at across the metro tracks here while we kind of wait for our residential demand to come back up. And we'll look at how these roads are going to connect. These three in particular, 1, 2, and 3. And I think pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to swing this one up to about right where it is. And then we'll just bring this one over at a 90-degree angle or something like that. So let's just see where these roads would go if they were to continue exactly the way their current trajectories. This one would go right through here, and then would connect up right through there. So not ideal. So again, let's try and connect this one up. Let's give it about 6 units, maybe more, maybe less. Let's go to 8 units. That's pretty good. And then we can get this one to continue straight through here. All right, very good. And then this one can also continue where it can meet up with the this road here. So let's maintain the width of this road, and we'll just go with the 4-unit road with this one, with the path in between it. And it looks like this one can go to about here before it gets a little too interesting. So we'll go there, and then we can back this one up a little bit. Right street. Looks like it was in the wrong spot. Haha. And then we'll just curve it simply like that. Maybe let's go with a nicer curve. Go to about there. There we go. And then do a similar thing. And this will create kind of the first terraced zone. So let's go with our elevation, and we'll just try and follow the same lines through here. Oh, we're gonna need to remove these trees. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. So we've created a bit of a elevated difference here between the two, and then why don't we have a road running right from the middle here, right up like that. That'll probably be the only road between these two sections. Then we have a nice simple connection down into here, where we then have a potential to connect up with this road. So I'm kind of rethinking how we did this connection with Wright Street. And I think it would be interesting if we were to at least try and see what would happen if we brought this one off at a 90-degree angle, and then over like this, and then we grabbed this one again and just connected it up like that. How is Wright Street going to connect up into here? Well, we could connect it at a 90-degree angle. That could be nice. I think that would be pretty clean too. So why don't we do something like that then? So the nodes don't want to cooperate. So let's just see what it looks like if we were to just do that. That's not too bad. So let's just level some things out with Network Multi-Tool. We'll just smooth things out from the main intersections, or to the main intersections like that. So 3%, that's pretty good. Smooth that one out. I really wish I didn't do that, so let's undo that. Okay, so I just set them back to terrain height, and then I'll just slope this one by itself, so 7.2%. This is not a trucking road, so I think we're fine. And we'll bring this one all the way out to here, and then this one down to here. All right, so after we've done that, definitely need to smooth some things out. So we'll just grab our smoothing tool here. We'll turn it up to about right there, maybe a bit more than that. Yeah, that's good. And then we'll just smooth out some of the lines here, especially where things get a little bumpy. All right, pretty good, pretty good. I like how this is looking. Let's focus now on this connection into here, and then we're pretty much just ready to fill it up and get that healthcare and the fire department in over here too, because that was a bit of an issue with this side of the tracks. All right, so let's turn on topography, and then let's kind of follow what we're doing right here, and then we'll follow this terrain line around and then in. All right, and then again, right in front of the metro station here, we'll just bring a road right up, and that'll be the only connection between the two roads. So let's get our topography, or sorry, our roads all smoothed out. Just something like that. 2.2%. That's good. I don't mind the cliff actually in this case. That's good. We already did that one, and then over into here. And then over along like that. All right, so we'll just smooth this out. All right, so pretty neat. We have a cool little design through here where the grid, the old grid has kind of been cut off by the metro, but it somehow still remains. And then we have some cool opportunities for some parks and stuff. And yeah, we'll only go to about here with zoning today. And then we'll look at some parks along here, and then maybe the beginning of what this park is going to be. I have an episode planned where we'll just do parks across the city that I've left. Yeah, that'll be coming soon. So, sorry, I guess we need to look at services, right? So why don't we use these two squares here for those services? So let's start with healthcare. We're looking at death care right now, and death care is good. But let's get a crematorium in here. Right there, why not? And then we'll get a healthcare facility through here, and we'll just do this one. Yeah, it's gonna be on this side though. And let's plop it right, maybe right here. Yeah, that works. And then we need a fire department. Do we? Oh, that's healthcare. Should we get a sauna in over here? Yeah, why not? Let's get a sauna. I just really like this building, to be honest. All right. And fire department. Yeah, we need another one. So this one's going to be over here. Where's the first one? Over on this side? Let's get this one over along here. And why don't we plop it down somewhere like right in this little intersection here. All right, police coverage. Yeah, not the best. We're running this whole town off of one police station. So I wouldn't mind getting another one over here as maybe a bit more of like highway patrol. So why don't we look at that actually then? So why don't we run this one off of a road right here, and we'll just use an industry road. So industry, here it is. Just bring this one out to about right here. And then this one can be the large police station. Here it is. The one with the helicopter on it. Oh, we also have this one though. The high capacity police headquarters. Nah, that one doesn't really work right here. We'll just use this one. And we'll plop this one down right here. And then we'll just redo the terrain a bit. Okay, so we can come back and detail this area up a little bit. So it looks a little bit nicer. But what's next? We got police. We don't really need a bank because we have one in the town. Even though, you know, I think there'd be a bit more, you know, a few more banks in real life. But I think in this case we're good. But also it would be fun to try and, you know, keep adding them in. It's a pretty large building though. And then post office as well. We can get this one right here maybe. Yeah, that looks okay. So why don't we try and move this one then a little bit farther. And we'll just move this one over onto this side. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then why don't we add in some commercial zoning just in this section? Kind of where whatever is kind of left over we can make commercial. Don't want to go overboard though. That is definitely important. I would like it if a building came in right through here, but why don't we remove some right in there and here? Yeah, that's cool. We'll just get like a small house in here, and that will help kind of potentially tell a story a little bit. And then, yeah, I think that's good. Why don't we add in a bit? Oh, ooh, what zoning is this in? This is in Hanover Station. Okay, so that means that we can add in a cool condo in this zone, but we could also split it so that we have the ability to add in some forestry industry. Let's do that. Okay, so then right in this corner here, I would love it if we could get some cool industry buildings. So let's go into forestry industry and let's go 4x4. This is the one I was really hoping to get a few times. All right, yeah, this is a cool little look here with the old warehouses, with kind of right in the downtown. Maybe it tells the story of the town's logging past or something like that. All right, hopefully they stay. I'm gonna set them as historical. If they don't stay, it's okay. All right, so zoning. Let's focus on the high density zoning first, because we had a couple high density buildings that we can place in. So we'll try to mimic what we had going on over here on the other side of the tracks. And then we'll get just a couple condos through here. Let's check the zoning. We can go a bit farther with this. Okay, very good. And then I want to get a pedestrian path along the sides again. That would be fun to do, but maybe this building is in the way for that. I think we're good on this side. See how we have the bike path on this side. I was thinking about maybe doing the same thing, but maybe we just focus on doing that on this side of the tracks. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll grab the same path that we have going on over here. Whoops. Okay, very cool. I like that. And then why don't we look at where that zoning kind of is right in here. I think maybe we can get one condo in this zone. Yeah, is that in that same? Yep, perfect. Okay. And then why don't we then taper it off with some low density residential, kind of going along this older street here. That's good. And then how about right out in front of the station, we can bring it along this street, and maybe we get a couple condos along through here. Hopefully that kind of that pattern will work. I think it will. And then we'll just get some residential through here. All right, very fun. We have a few buildings that are a bit too tall, so we'll have to watch out for that. But then we're over onto this side. So I really like the idea of the residential buildings just kind of scattered about along these streets here. And then why don't we get a few more through here, a few larger ones and stuff. But definitely leaving space in between them really adds kind of the look of like a mountain residential area. All right, so a lot of this is not going to zone in today. So let's focus on this one as well. So we'll do the same kind of pattern that we did previously. So let's make sure that we have actually the right district over here. So this district just has the high tech zoning on it. What's it called? The self-sufficient buildings, because they look like modern condos. So pretty much that's the idea here, is we're just making modern condos. Go a bit farther with that. Taper it off right here. Yeah. All right, so before we get any farther, let's just check education levels. So let's go into here. Let's see, so we have this one pretty much full, and we have the other elementary school pretty much full. And then if we look at the levels right now over here, we could probably squeeze another elementary school in here. However, I think maybe we put that in over on this side, and that is not for today's episode. And then high school as well is probably already full. Yeah, let's get in there. Okay, so we'll wait for all this to pop up. I think we need a park over here, though. That'll help with, filling some of the space up, but also it will help with the value of the land. That's the right words. And we can go with a massive park right here. That's pretty fun. Yeah, let's do that. Definitely helps fill in the space, doesn't it? And then we'll go with a commercial building right through here. I don't mind going commercial through this little zone. I think it definitely makes sense to do. And then let's turn zoning off of this road. Why don't we see if we can get another industry building in here? And then we'll just walk residential up the hill here. All right, so we've definitely eaten into the residential demand that we have going on through here, and that is really, really good to see. Let's just check out the zoning through here. Okay, very interesting. I think maybe what I can do here is remove the zoning through here and then maybe get a bit of that industry that I was looking for right through here. Could be interesting. All right, so I think that will do it for today, folks. We didn't get to the park here, but that's okay. Maybe we can just make the entrance to the park. And that can be right off of this main street here. This will be the main entrance to the park gate. And my favorite way of doing this in this case is to use this road. So since we're already at a large grade, we can go to about here, like that. And then we can grab our park, just, the city park. And then we can grab this one with the parking lot, plop it down. Then we need to extend the district a little bit. Barlow Garden. And then we need to use move it here and just scooch it in to the end of this road. Like that, I guess. And that's kind of how it's going to look. But then right off the sides here, this is parking through here. But we could get more parking lots. I mean, this could just be one entrance. And then we can have secondary entrances, say, over here. And then what we can do is then just grab a basic road, no parking. Actually, it's okay. We can just grab parking. It's fine. And then we can bring this one out to about there. Clear the land of trees. And then we can have a park side gate. So I think we need to just zone the park then. So it'll go farther than this, but that's kind of the way it's going to connect with the roads here. And then we can just grab some simple little parking lots, which are awesome. I think they're in here. Yep. And we'll go 2x5s. Let's go with a bit of a bigger one. Something simple like that. We can pull this one back a little bit. And then, so, cars can park through here. I think we should go with the road with no parking, which is this one. Yeah. And we'll upgrade this one. There we go. And then all we need to do is just grab a park side gate. Plop it down. And then move this one over. So we have then kind of done 2 parking lots for the price of 1. So we have 2 parking entrances to Barlow Garden. And you know, we can always get another one kind of similar to that, should we wish. So Barlow Garden will be built up eventually. But like I said, I want to do an episode where I just focus on parks for like a little while, like a week or something like that. But I think Hanover Heights has really improved. So I think the last thing we need to do before we call it today, folks, is just look at the bus lines really quickly. And we'll check it out. So we have this one simple little loop here. So I think maybe we can just bring this one over to here. Yeah, why not? That's good enough. Why don't we actually just bring it down to here? And then we can get a stop right outside of the park here. Move this one over onto this side. And then we can add a stop right there. It swings down through here. Why don't we bring a stop right into here? And it just does a simple little loop. We could mirror that as well. That's totally cool. But then we need another one as well. And this one's going to stop out in front of the station here, where it's then going to pretty much come right into the downtown core of this little area. And then we'll stop out in front of this station. And then we'll just do a little loop here. So we can get a stop right there in front of the business park area. Then we can bring this one back up to about here. Yeah, let's go there. And then we'll just kind of mirror this on this side of the area though. We'll just kind of go on this side of the squares. And then we'll just kind of weave it around. Why don't we actually just bring this one over onto this side? Something like that. That could be fun. And then just connect it up. So that one kind of does its loop itself, which is nice. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good system here. I think we do need a mirroring bus. And there we have it. So yeah, very good. I really like this build. I love Suburban builds. I find them really fun. This is atrocious. There we go. And yeah, you know, I think we're definitely eating into the residential demand. We still have some to go. We'll detail this up off camera because it's just pretty simple detailing. And yeah, I think this turned out pretty nicely. Definitely some buildings that shouldn't be here, but all in all, I think we've really filled out this zone. We have those little pockets of height around the metros, which is kind of the goal for this area. And then we'll have a bit more of a high density zone through here. And then we'll do something similar with Waltham over here. So hope you enjoyed it today, folks. And I'll talk to you January 8th with Skylines 6 or tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern on the Discord. So have a good one. The link to join the Discord is in the description below. Peace out.